Fearing secondary sanctions, Kazakh authorities are opposed to Russia using the country's territory to bypass international sanctions, said Roman Vassilenko, Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Kazakhstan.
Our position is well known and clear to everyone interested in this situation, both in the West and in Russia. We are engaged in dialogue with the EU on issues related to sanctions. We are taking measures to ensure that such circumvention of sanctions does not occur, as we do not want our companies to be subject to so-called secondary sanctions. Roman Vassilenko, Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Kazakhstan, in an interview with Polish press agency PAP.
Kazakhstan's position on sanctions against Russia has not changed since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. Astana has repeatedly stated that it does not intend to violate the restrictions imposed on Russia. This is quite challenging given that it is in a common customs space with Russia within the Eurasian Economic Union. If the sanctions are violated, Kazakh companies could be impacted. According to Deputy Prime Minister of Kazakhstan Serik Jumanğarin, some of the measures aimed at restricting Russia's access to goods have disproportionately harmed Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan has become a major hub for importing goods into Russia after Western companies left the Russian market and banking sanctions restricted the ability to make payments in major world currencies. However, last April, Kazakh authorities tightened controls on the movement of goods across the Eurasian Economic Union border and in October imposed a ban on the export of 106 types of sanctioned products to Russia. Russian businesses began experiencing difficulties with Kazakh banks in the spring of this year, and these difficulties worsened by the end of summer, from the Moscow Times article.
Trying not to damage relations with Europe, Kazakhstan declined to join BRICS, where the country was insistently invited. Almost immediately after this refusal, the Kremlin imposed restrictions on Astana. The Federal Service for Veterinary and Phytosanitary Surveillance bans the import of several agricultural products into Kazakhstan. This decision is already justified by phytosanitary safety. However, experts suggest it is a familiar scheme of trade blackmail from the Kremlin.
This is a major war. It is about coercing the former Soviet Union countries that have now become independent states. The Russians are relentless and use various methods. One of these is to apply economic pressure, to hinder economic development and entrap them.
Today, the main initiators of sanctions against Russia are Western countries, particularly the European Union, the United States, the United Kingdom and their allies. The restrictions span various sectors, from the financial system to energy and defense industries. Individuals and companies supporting the Kremlin regime have been sanctioned, and the restrictive measures have impacted the oil and gas sectors. Consequently, the country's revenues, which finance the aggression against Ukraine, have decreased. Reported by Sergey Kulas, Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.